This first contest is 6 3-minute rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the multicolored shorts. At the weight he scales, 17 stone, 8 pounds, 4 ounces. Presenting from Swindon, Wiltshire, Phil Williams. And opposing him, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red colored shorts, trimmed with white. At the weight he scales, 16 stone, 11 pounds, 4 ounces. Tonight is his 25th professional contest, hailing from Barnstable via his homeland of Czechoslovakia, Poland, Kamil Sokolowski. Timekeeper the bell, Chris O'Connor, and the star referee in charge of the action, the always fine, Mr. John Latham from Bury. 6 3-minute rounds.
Right, lads, you know what I expect from you both. You obey me instructions at all times. When I take your break, you both break clean, defend yourselves at all times, and the best luck to you both. Touch them up. Well done.
Here we go then. And I was saying before you came and sat down and joined me, there's a lot of people in the corridors outside waiting for Mason and Matty Fagan in particular later on, but it seems to have filled up nicely. That's what the heavyweights do for you, isn't it? Everybody wants to watch a good heavyweight dust up.
Yeah, they do. Anything can happen at any split second, can't it? Phil Williams seems to have a bit of a smile on his face all the way through the instructions, and he's still trying to hide it now, isn't he? I don't think I'd have a smile on my face fighting Kamil Sokolowski.
No, but he'll probably see this as an opportunity as well. A good night for him to try and get another win on his record.
Yeah, 3-16 Phil Williams. Did win last time out, beat a guy called Miles Willington. Fought a who's who really, you know, of up-and-coming heavyweights. A little bit of a form guide. He lost on points to Alex Dickinson, whereas Sokolowski beat him. Certainly holds his own though, doesn't get stopped often.
Yeah, quiet start to this one. Sokolowski certainly looks much better schooled than Williams when he throws his shots. There seems to be a bit more control behind them. Both just waiting for an opportunity to come.
Yeah, heavyweight's all it can take is half an opportunity, can't it? You know, if the right shot lands at the right time, that can be it.
And of course, both these fighters used to fighting on the road. They'll both be used to going backwards and tucking up and catching shots. Different prospects in there tonight, and one that Sokolowski's going to have to get used to before that tournament.
Yeah, it's a good point, that, Luke, isn't it? You know, he's got to shake himself out of that opponent mentality and look to impose himself.
Yeah, Jamie Quinn's got a fight in the home corner in a couple of weeks' time as well. He's got to do that as well to himself. He's got to switch off that journeyman mode, so to speak. It's always easier said than done.
But will Williams be looking at it as a fight against a winnable fight for him? You know, Sokolowski, a guy who goes on the road, Williams goes on the road. So far it looks like Williams is the one who's accepted the opponent's role.
Yeah, certainly interesting to see how this one develops as it goes on through the 6.
Nice little double jab right hand there from Sokolowski.
You see both men aren't willing to commit early on here.
Nice bit of head movement there. He's just got that extra touch of class, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's just showing the difference, like you said, with the Dickinson fight, Sokolowski won. Just seems to have a few extra things to his game.
Williams certainly looks built to take a shot, doesn't he? Big, thick, solid heavyweight legs there.
He's how you'd imagine a heavyweight that goes on the road to be built.
Neither really committed too much there. Neither wanted to open themselves up to any mistakes, and Sokolowski won the round drama-free.
Yeah, he won the round quite comfortably, and he settled into it nicely. No dramas in the first, but you can always feel it with a heavyweight fight. He's just waiting to ignite. It only takes one big shot, like you said, especially with these two. They're both big guys. A lot of weight behind the shots that they throw.
Phil Williams stood in the corner there like prime George Foreman.
What a comparison.
Looks like he enjoys his work, Phil Williams, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks a lot happier in that corner than I think most people would be.
10 seconds, chorus.
But then again, as far as rounds on the road go, that's probably one of the more straightforward ones he's had.
Round 2.
Sokolowski straight on that front foot again. Whipping that left hook round the guard.
Just see what instructions his corner is saying. He looks like he's got a bit more intent, doesn't he? Or head movement is a little bit sharper. Just up the tempo a little bit.
Yeah, he's
Kamil
certainly thrown a lot
Sokolowski.
more shots than he did at the start of the first. Williams throwing back there though with a jab of his own.
Wonder what tactics Sokolowski will use in the Ultimate Box. You know, it is a 3-round sprint, but so far from everything we've seen in the Ultimate Boxer, it's all action, isn't it? It's like the early days of the old prize fighter tournaments. No one seems to have really worked out how to win it yet. Constant action and letting your hands go seems to be the way to go about it.
Yeah, and it's like a kill or be killed attitude, isn't it? Everyone's just throwing big shot after big shot. Interesting to see how someone who's had experience on the road does, isn't it? If he can use his tricks on the inside.
Just steal rounds rather than spend himself early.
Yeah, if you can steal that first round in the 3-round fight, it might sound obvious, but it puts you well ahead of the game.
Nice left up to the body there from Kamil. He's got 6 rounds here tonight against Phil Williams. Comments in, please. #VIP boxing. Connor Twist asking what time's Cheeseman on. I reckon about 9:30. Cheeseman against Scott Fitzgerald. Andrew Gale's looking forward to see Mason Cartwright, and Ryan's asking who's on the bill tonight. We've got Mason Cartwright against Danny Ball, Sean Masha-Dodd, Matty Fagan, Jake Barton, and the fight you're watching now is Kamil Sokolowski against Phil Williams.
Nice right hand over the top from Sokolowski just as you finished talking.
First little wobble there, wasn't there?
Yeah, and it was like a half shot as well, the right hand. He didn't put everything behind it.
Williams just trying to take the centre, isn't he, in this round? Just trying to move it back a little bit less.
Yeah, he seems to have sensed an opportunity as well after the first, and I think Sokolowski's done the right thing just to up his intensity. Nice head movement again. Coming towards the end of this second round. And Sokolowski's firmly in control there.
Busy weekend busy period, Luke, for VIP fighters at the moment. You know, we've just mentioned Scott Fitzgerald there in a big fight with Ted Cheeseman tonight. Last week over in Leeds, we had Josh Warrington defending his world title, Zelfa Barrett and Lyndon Arthur, now Commonwealth champions.
Yeah, what a fantastic night for VIP that was. It went perfectly. And good fight, especially Lyndon's fight. It was a good fight for him because he had to work for it. He didn't have it all his own way.
Yeah.
And Zelfa looked class. He looked really, really good. Back to that Zelfa that we thought he would be when we saw him coming up through the small holes.
Yeah,
Some big fights for both of them.
Lyndon's fight was so much better for him than a one-sided exhibition type of fight. In some ways, you could say that the fight Lyndon had last week was the same that Zelfa had with Ronnie Clark, but Lyndon managed to come through it with a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zelfa responded well to that Ronnie Clark loss. We see a lot of fighters go off the rails a little bit after the first defeat, but you can see that Zelfa's learned all the lessons that he could from that, and he's improved massively. And Lyndon will as well, even though he has got the win. He didn't have it all his own way.
Other VIP fighters coming up, we've got Jack Cullen fighting for Commonwealth title at middleweight in early November, and also, as we'll talk a lot about later on, Tom Farrell and Masha-Dodd in a VIP derby at the Echo Arena as well, so plenty going on for VIP.
Yeah, and we've said for a year or so now that there's a lot of VIP fighters getting to that title level, and we're finally seeing it now, getting their opportunities, and they're taking it.
Back here though with Kamil Sokolowski against Phil Williams. Sokolowski just that half step ahead, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's looking to tee up those shots now, putting a lot more behind him. A little woo from Phil Williams. He's really starting to load up behind those shots now.
Yeah, I think he's worked out that Phil Williams is only really coming back with that jab, isn't he? Doubling and tripling it up. Not much really to worry about. And Kamil seems to just be taking a couple more risks.
Yeah, it's nice and patient, this. Williams just using that double jab. He's finally started to work that body, hasn't it? It took him a couple of rounds, but that's the second time now he's whipped those shots into the body.
Doing a good job of staying safe, Phil Williams.
Yeah, he's not really taken that many big shots so far. Blood from the nose. Williams now, though. Jab from Sokolowski firing out.
I know we praise journeymen a lot, don't we, on VIP, but heavyweight journeymen are a special breed altogether.
One of the hardest jobs in the world, it must be. It's one thing taking shots from featherweights and lightweights, but heavyweights, it's a completely different game.
And there's only so many, isn't there? Only so many to go around. You know, at some point you are going to get put in with an Olympic gold medalist or a young, explosive hotshot, and it's a dangerous sport to be in. Phil Williams might not be causing Sokolowski too many problems here, but just keeping himself safe is a big thing.
20 seconds to go this third round. Sokolowski certainly up the tempo again. Going to that body yet again, the left hook to the body landing.
I don't think he's a relation, but Phil Williams bears an uncanny resemblance to Richard the Secret Williams, one of the great fighters from the early 2000s who used to be on Sky Sports. Looks exactly like him in the face. I'm just going to have to check if they are actually brothers. I don't think they are, but it's a coincidence. 3 rounds in the bankroll for Kamil Sokolowski.
Yeah, 3 comfortable rounds as well. He hasn't had to get out of first gear. Just like to see him up the tempo a bit again in this 4th round. Yeah, the corner just saying above us in that 3rd round they were asking him to go to the body. Now they want to bring that hook upstairs after he has thrown to the body.
Apparently we're expecting around 800 to 1,000 people in here tonight. And Mason Cartwright and Matty Fagan, both from the area, apparently they've virtually sold out the arena.
Yeah, a rare opportunity for both of them, but a massive one. And they've taken it well with the tickets. Very loud outside the venue as you made your way in today.
Sokolowski putting a bit more weight behind that jab to open up his 4th.
Yeah, Williams isn't afraid of throwing back though when they're exchanging jabs.
He's making sure it goes back just as quick as it comes out as well, as he doesn't want to get caught hanging a lazy jab out. Sokolowski is more than good enough to take advantage of that.
And you can see that's what he's almost waiting for with that right hand. Nice work doubling up those left hook to the head, just as the corner asked him to. Nice work to the body.
That's been his best combination, hasn't it? That right, left to the body.
Yeah, it's landed every time he's thrown it. He's picked it really well. Well, that's what the corner was saying. They want him to follow that up when he does land to the body. Williams is certainly throwing more shots this round as well. He seems to have upped the tempo with Sokolowski. He's gone with him.
Yeah, he certainly knows what he's doing, Phil Williams, doesn't he? A good test for these heavyweights who are coming up.
Yeah, you can certainly see he'd be capable of a few upsets every now and again if someone wasn't up to scratch.
Overhand rights landed a couple of times. Williams complained that one went behind the back of the head earlier in the round. That must have just shaken him a little bit, but that overhand right and the left hook to the body is probably Sokolowski's best weapons so far.
Yeah, he just chops that right hand over the top, even if he's hitting the glove. There's that left hook to the body again. That's exactly where Williams wants to be. Getting a few seconds to get his breath back.
Oh, nice clean right hand there from Sokolowski. It might be the best right hand he's landed.
Yeah, and it followed the first slow jab that Williams had thrown, like you were saying.
Just wonder if he's trying to, if he's just starting to find it a bit difficult. He got warned for holding, didn't he? Then threw a lazy jab, then took a right hand. Sokolowski might have just sensed that.
Yeah, and he certainly has thrown a few more punches. It could be a long 2 rounds to follow for Phil Williams in that blue corner. There's those body shots again, right hand and then the left. Williams responded well though with that jab. Another round in the bank.
He's still not going to take a seat though, Luke. He can't have been that hard.
Yeah, I take back everything I said.
Why wouldn't you?
Some of those heavyweights usually have the big stools. We've seen that a few times. The bar stools they put the corner can't put in for about 40 seconds.
Yeah, Tyson Fury had one in Las Vegas, didn't he? Probably hit people with it nowadays in the WWE. Apparently he might be, I saw an interview where he might actually be doing more than just boxing his way to a decision over Braun Strowman in Dubai. Apparently he's actually been working on his wrestling technique, and we should aim to be surprised. Maybe he might out-grapple Strowman,
Well,
Luke.
if anyone's going to surprise us, it's going to be Tyson Fury.
He'll end up clotheslining people off the top of a cage. Sokolowski's piled the pressure on at the start of his fifth. I wonder if he just felt like we thought, that Williams just sagged a bit.
Yeah, and I think the corner have noticed it as well. Right hand landing over the top. Yeah, there's certainly a lot more urgency about Sokolowski here. Nice work against the head and body. He just seems to find the target more regularly now in this fifth.
Yeah, he's sensed a little bit of weakness, a little bit of tiredness, and he's trying to take advantage.
That was a nice uppercut through the guard he threw then with his right hand. Landed on the
Talented
target.
heavyweight Sokolowski when he puts his punches together. It's probably a shame he went on the road.
Yeah, he's certainly showing that tonight. He's picking his shots nicely in this fifth round. Good work to the body again.
Now, there's still time for heavyweight, isn't there? If he does do well in this upcoming competition, it'll give him a new lease of life.
Yeah, and it only takes one big upset on the big stage to catapult you into bigger fights. Williams just speaking to Sokolowski there, not sure what he said.
Little exchange of left hooks there. I think Williams might have been the cleaner shot.
Yeah, and I thought he was really feeling the pace, but it doesn't look like he is too much. Both men are breathing quite heavily now. There's that chopping right hand over the top. Lovely work to the body again.
Yeah, body work's the standout thing of Kamil Sokolowski tonight.
And that might stand him in good stead in that Ultimate Boxer tournament. A lot of people headhunt early on when they're rushing the work. If he can start to pick nice body shots, eye-catching body shots, you never know. And they're not exactly taps to the body either.
No, solid, heavy thuds, aren't they? There's that chopping right hand, combines it with a left hook to the body this time.
Yeah, Williams has took those body shots really well so far. There's that left hook to the body again.
Looking a bit marked up now, Phil Williams. Got a bloody nose, a bruise under his left eye.
Yeah, he's certainly taken quite a few shots in this round in particular.
His ribs might be the thing that caused him most pain in the morning, though, I think. Gives him a big hug, but I'm sorry, Phil, you've still got one more round to go.
And he's still not going to sit down. Now he certainly does look tired in that blue corner.
Well done, Phil Williams, eh?
Yeah, unbelievable job.
We're up for the sixth and final round. Kamil Sokolowski's won everything so far. Be stunned if he hasn't. Phil Williams hasn't looked like being taken out though yet, has he? You know, he looks quite solid, but I've got no doubt Sokolowski will try and up the tempo a little bit more.
And it's out for the sixth and final round.
You know, and touch wood so far, he's not even got any injuries or any nicks or anything like that. Always worry when you've got another fight scheduled.
Got Ben watching, asking, has Barton been on? He's not been on yet, but if you just stay tuned to whatever type of screen you're watching, Ben, Jake Barton will be on within the next 10 minutes.
Williams just trying to hold the start of this sixth round. It's given the opportunity to Sokolowski a couple of times to land shots.
Ooh, nice little combination there from Phil Williams. Well done. Clean couple of shots. Just every little thing like that just buys him an extra 10 seconds. Just brings that final bell closer, doesn't it?
That was a lovely uppercut from Sokolowski. He's had his moments in this fight where he's picked his shots really nicely. Nice jab through the middle.
Whose shots are going to come down first, Luke?
I don't want to know. Thank God it's only 6.
And last 90 seconds of this, good workout this for Kamil Sokolowski.
Yeah, and equally Phil Williams, he's going to come out, if he survives the next minute or so, relatively unscathed.
You're not going to get explosive single shot power from Kamil. This is what he's going to do. He's going to let his hands go, try and grind you down and just keep working away. Nice right up to her body. But
yeah, he's certainly capable of wearing an opponent down. You can see that with the shots that he throws. No one can take those body shots all night. A lovely left hook to the body again. Williams coming back with 5 or 6 shots of his own.
good body attack from Sokolowski in return. Just putting Williams back in his box.
Sokolowski really loading up with that right hand now. I think he'll be relatively happy with his performance.
Yeah, Williams, that clock that all boxers have in red will just be ticking round now, won't it? It'll just be counting down the seconds. He'll know exactly how long's left. Long enough to take another couple of good right uppercuts.
Yeah, and the left hook to the body right on the bell.
But Phil Williams ends the fight with as big a smile as he had at the start.
Good workout for Sokolowski. Interesting to see how these heavyweights do, having 3 fights in a night as well. you know, these big guys are going to put everything into that quarter-final.
Yeah,
To get to the final, it's a long time.
The initial prize fighter tournaments with people like Martin Rogan and Sam Sexton, they were fantastic because nobody had any idea how to get through 3 fights in a night, and it was crash bang wallop from the start. And Ultimate Box has been a return to that. Prize fighter lost its fire when people started using tactics to box the way through it, but so far so good for Ultimate Boxer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 3-minute rounds of intense heavyweight action, star referee John Latham has adjudged this particular contest 60 points to 54 points for your winner. Hailing from Barnstable, Kamil Sokolowski. And a game effort indeed from Swindon's Phil Williams.
There we have it then, just as we thought, 60-54. Shutout victory.